Hey guys, today I have another laptop for you guys to look at, and yeah, I know I have a lot of laptops. This is probably the 8th laptop I have in my collection. But this one I got from eBay. It's a Toshiba Portege Z30. It's a very lightweight laptop. It's about 2.6 pounds. It's a business class laptop, as you can tell from the bland finish here. The reason I got this one is because it was really cheap on eBay. It was about 200 bucks, and this retails brand new for $1,200 or more if you buy it from Toshiba. Yeah, I just bought this one, and the reason why it's so cheap is because the seller did not include the RAM, the hard drive, or the AC adapter with this, and that's why it's so cheap. But then I thought, well, why not just buy it and then get those things separately and save myself a lot of money? So I did. So I bought the AC adapter separately for 10 bucks on eBay as well. And then I bought an additional hard drive from Amazon. This is a Samsung 250 gig 850 EVO M-SATA SSD. That's what this thing takes. It's an M-SATA. And this cost about 100 bucks. So in total, I spent about 300 bucks on this. And that's still a really good price. I saved myself a lot of money. And of course, I have some spare RAM chips as well. So I'm going to use that. So yeah, a little bit about this laptop before I open it up and install the hard drive and RAM. The reason why I bought this one is it has a lot of ports. It does not have a USB-C port, unfortunately, but it does have every other port. It has all the legacy ones. All right, it has the VGA, HDMI, of course, USB headphone jack on this side, and full-size SD, 2 USB ports, and a full-size Ethernet port on this side. Very, very simple yet very simple yet fulfilling selection of ports, I would say. Yeah, about the only thing that's missing is USB-C, and this one does not come with a smart card reader, but that's okay too. It does not come with micro SIM either. Yeah, it does not come with micro SIM either, but otherwise you have a pretty good selection of ports, both recent and legacy. Oh, it doesn't have mini display port, so that might be a little bit annoying for some people, but I think it's okay. I mean, it does have VGA, which is a connector that's still used by a lot of businesses, and HDMI, which is useful in generally for everything almost. So it does come with a good selection. Yeah, it doesn't have USB 3, Thunderbolt 3, doesn't have mini display port, but it's alright. It comes with a good selection of ports, and I was a little bit shocked when I opened this laptop up, and I found that it comes with a fingerprint reader as well. That's pretty cool. A lot of business laptops, even the refurbished ones on eBay, don't really come with a fingerprint reader, and this is a Core i5 model. So, and yeah, this is a pretty lightweight laptop. I like it. It has the ThinkPad style track point nub right here, so you can use an alternative. This is how you know this is a business laptop, because it has this alternative. Yeah, this alternative cursor here. And you can use that with your thumb, or you can use the touchpad. And yeah, it looks it has the same port selection as the VOS, weighs about the same. The VOS is a little bit lighter actually, but I mean, this one, it does have a spill resistant keyboard, and it is very durable as well, being a business laptop. So I'm gonna forgive it for being a little bit heavier. Otherwise, it's the same port selection as the VOS, and very similar to the VOS actually, except I got it for a lot cheaper. I got the VOS for $1,400. This one cost me just 300 bucks total. And yeah, let's install the RAM and the hard drive here. I gotta use a screwdriver for this part, of course. I'm gonna open up the back here. Oh, docking connector on the back. I didn't notice that, but there is a docking connector on the back. Not that I'm ever gonna use that, but for traditional business users, that's very important. This is a very traditional business laptop. It's not like even like the Dell Latitude these days. They're putting USB-C and getting rid of a lot of the old ports. It's kind of like more consumer friendly, I guess. Even my Dell Latitude 7000 series, the 7370, is more consumer minded because it has the thin bezels. But I like that Toshiba actually did not modernize the laptops, and for this laptop, it's very, very old style. So they didn't even try to modernize it. No USB-C, no Thunderbolt, no thinner bezels, no wide call. Even the display itself is low resolution. It's just 1366 by 768, which is crazy because, you know, like consumer laptops these days have like 4K screens now. But that just shows you Toshiba doesn't really care about consumers now, I guess. It's just, this is all about business, which is alright. I don't care too much about that because this is a very specific laptop. If you really want a really portable travel laptop to use, then yeah, this one is pretty good, and you don't care about the screen too much, then I think it's pretty good. And I do have a USB. I think this comes with Windows 10 Pro, but I want to put Windows 7 on it because I still want to use Windows 7 on some of my laptops. So I have a loaded USB key with Windows 7 Ultimate on it, pre-activated. So I'm gonna boot that up with this later. I'm gonna install that on the hard drive after I swap this out. Alright, this is my first time actually. First time to disassemble this. How do I lift it up? Oh, here we go. Oh shoot, I had to be careful with this. Oh no, there's two more I missed. Sorry guys, there's two more on the back here. This thing has more screws than my ThinkPad. Okay, I think that's it. Wait, is there any other screws? I think that's it. Whoops. It's okay guys, this thing can take a beating. It's supposed to be a business laptop, therefore it was tested to military specs. Military standard 810G. Let's what is holding back this area here? Come on. Oh my god. I don't think I'm missing any screws here. It's all been taken out, so I think this is just stubborn. Ugh. Oh no. Maybe there is one underneath these things. There might be. Because some laptops you have to take off the pads here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, there is. Some laptops you had to take off the pads here for additional screws. That's what I suspected. The ThinkPad laptops are the same. They hide these screws underneath the rubber feet here, so you have to take off the rubber feet, which is annoying, and then take out the screws underneath here. Okay, so there is more screws. Okay, now we should be able to take it off. Yeah, there we go. Okay, here it is. No RAM and no SSD as promised. That's why the seller sold this for cheap. You guys can see here, pretty big battery here actually, pretty massive battery. It's supposed to last for 12 hours or something. Docking connector right here. And 2 RAM slots. The missing M SATA drive here. And yeah, there's all the ports. And the motherboard, okay. And the heatsink right here. The fan, alright. I'm gonna put in our SSD now. That's Samsung M SATA. This is a strange SSD format. I would have thought that it would have had an M2 format, because that's the common kind, or a 2.5 inch. Those are way more common. But an M SATA is really not that common. So I'm a little bit surprised to see that it uses the M SATA format. And there's a couple screws here too. Gotta release. Yeah, I would have expected it to be an M2 or 2.5 SATA slot. Nope. Okay. So let's see, 250 gig. Slide it in here. Okay. And do I have any? Nope, I don't have any ribbons to connect. It looks like I just slide it in here and then screw it on, and that's it. Don't need to connect any ribbons, which is good. Sometimes you need to, with the old PATA ZIF drives, you need to connect the ribbons and stuff. Alright, and we need 8 gigs of RAM, so I think I got two 4 gig modules right here. They're, oh no, I have some SK Hynix RAM. There we go. Yeah, I think these are SK Hynix RAM right here. 4 gigabyte sticks, so we'll just stick them in here. Oops. There we go, that one clicks in. This one's gonna click in. There we go. There we go, boys. We got 8 gigs of RAM and 250 gig SSD. It's not a PCIe, I think. It's just a SATA connector. Yeah, it's not a PCIe or an NVMe SSD. Those are the really fast ones you get these days. But for this laptop, it's kind of an older style laptop. It's not going to have those super fast SSDs, but it's okay. It's still going to be better than a rotating drive. All right, I'm gonna put the screws back on. But anyways, guys, yeah, that's pretty easy way to get a good deal off of eBay is to find a seller who's selling these things really cheap without any parts. Then just buy the parts separately, and you got yourself a good deal. This is $300 total, $200 laptop, $10 AC adapter, and then I had the RAM on hand, so that cost me nothing, and then a $100 SSD, and that's it. Now boot it up with Windows 7 later. I'll show you guys what that's like. Alright guys, so I fixed this laptop. I installed Windows 7 on it, and now it boots up fine. I installed all the drivers and the operating system on it, and yeah, it runs Windows perfectly fine, as you would expect. Once I got all the drivers working. But yeah, this is it's a pretty good machine now. I think I got this for now about $300 total. Fixed it up, now fully working again, and this machine was originally over $1,200, so I saved a lot on that. So good salvage, right? Let's just go into settings here. We just check. Here we go. Here we go. The core, you guys can see maybe. All right, Core i5 5300. Yeah, it's not i7, but it's okay. 8 gigs of RAM. That's what I installed, and 64-bit Windows. So done. I'm happy about that. Completely works, everything. You can actually, yeah. Of course, Microsoft doesn't want me to stay on Windows 7. Yeah, it's a nice computer. Very, very light. Very, very light, and it's got a nice aluminum. I think this is magnesium or some carbon alloy here, but it's very light and feels really nice. Does not feel cheap at all. So it's a nice computer. I think I would use it for traveling or something. It has a lot of legacy ports. Don't expect any USB-C or anything on here. There isn't any Thunderbolt 3 USB-C, but it has a good collection of legacy ports. So if you guys, even like VGA has that, right? And of course full-size Ethernet. So that's useful stuff, and full-size SD as well, which we're seeing less and less of these days. So good laptop for the price, good salvage, good find, and that's it. Thanks for watching. The Toshiba Portege Z30. That's what this is. It's a nice business class Ultrabook. It even has a docking connector actually, so you can expand it even more. But it's a traditional docking connector, which a lot of business notebooks have now transitioned to Thunderbolt 3 docks. This one still has a traditional dock, which can be more reliable, I guess. But yeah.